What is going on, y'all? My name is John, and this is Facemask Fantasy, bringing you new fantasy content every day right here on this channel. So if you have not subscribed already, please hit that button. And before I get into it, I just got to let y'all know that we are rolling out live streams. We have a live stream every Sunday at 10 a.m. to go over start-sit questions pre-kickoff, and we have a stream every Tuesday at 6:30 p.m. to go over everything that happened in last week's games and to go over waiver options before the waiver deadline early Wednesday morning. So tune in with us every Sunday and every Tuesday throughout the season, and hopefully we can help you win your fantasy leagues. But without further ado, let's get into some fantasy talk. And today we're talking Cowboys running backs, because it's pretty apparent by now that Tony Pollard is just straight up better than Ezekiel Elliott. The only reason that the Cowboys are playing Zeke as much as they are is his contract basically guarantees that they have to. But Ezekiel Elliott has not had a yards per carry above 4.5 in 3 full calendar years. His yards per game rushing and receiving has dipped in every consecutive year since 2018. He's averaged 64 rushing yards per game the last 2 seasons. Many people, me included, thought that his down year last year had more to do with the offense being without Dak and having to rely on Andy Dalton, Cooper Rush, and Garrett Gilbert throughout the season at quarterback. But a year later, a year with Dak for the entire season thus far, a year where Amari Cooper has gone down for much of the year, which should have given more of a workload boost to Elliott, but he's actually been worse this year than last year in most metrics, despite only being 26 this season, and this after coming within 1 touch of a 400 touch workload in 2018. He's declined in every year since. We saw the same thing happen with Christian McCaffrey at an even younger age than Zeke. Christian McCaffrey is a year younger than Zeke, but still broke down after getting 400 touches himself in 2019. The 400 touch curse is real. Unless you're Derrick Henry or Marshall Faulk or LaDainian Tomlinson, it affects you negatively for the rest of your career, and Zeke is no exception. Despite the down year, he's still an RB1. He's the current RB8 overall, but he's the RB13 by fantasy points averaged per game. So while he's not producing like he was, he's still someone you're mostly happy to have on your fantasy teams up to this point in the league year, but I think that changes. His yards per carry this season is 4.4. In 2 out of the last 3 games, he's only had 9 rushes, which is due to a knee injury that he's been dealing with since mid-season, but still. His highest yards per carry in a game over the last 4 games was 3.56 against Kansas City in Week 11. His passing game work is buoying his value of late, but that's not what you're expecting from your RB1's value to hinge on when you're drafting him. From weeks 1 to 6, Zeke was the RB4 in PPR and the RB3 in standard, but from weeks 7 to 13, he's been the RB21 in standard and the RB17 in PPR. Meanwhile, Tony Pollard, who has a career yards per carry average of 5.1, which is a better yards per carry average than Zeke has had since his rookie season in 2016. And this year, Pollard has a yards per carry average of 5.6 on 107 rushes for 602 yards. Despite only owning one 100-yard game this year, he's only 163 yards behind Zeke up to this point, and he's rushed the ball 66 times less. He averages 8.4 yards per reception to Zeke's 5.8 yards per reception. He's caught 88.6 of balls thrown his way. Zeke has only caught 81.6. Still good, but Pollard's been markedly better in that area. Pollard has legit been a better running back by literally every metric that matters to me. Yards per carry, yards per reception, career yards per carry, and career yards per reception, so you know this isn't a flash in the pan or an anomaly. Very little tread on his tires considering he's been in the league for 3 years now and has been a productive part of this offense for pretty much every year. He's still young at 24. He's shown a stark improvement from year 1 to year 3 in most statistics, and we still haven't gotten to the point that he plays in all phases of the game. When he doesn't get it done on the ground or through the air, he plays heavily on special teams that can get you fantasy value there too, like he did in week 12 where he had 3 returns for 129 yards and 1 touchdown on special teams. My co-host Nick has been saying it for weeks on our live streams. I've been saying it for weeks on our live streams, but take notice, Pollard is better than Zeke, period. Now Zeke is signed through 2027, but there's an out after 2022. After next season, they can cut Zeke and only incur an $11.8 million dead cap figure. If they did that today, they'd incur a $36 million dead cap figure, and if they did that next year during the year, there's a $30 million dead cap figure that comes with that. So 11.8, while that's still a pretty big dead cap number, it's at least palatable, and it would save them $12 million against the cap after the 2022 season. The only thing is, if you're looking down the line, Pollard is only signed through next season. After next year, he's a free agent. Now, I'd bet money on them ponying up the money to keep him around, as he'll only be 26 years old up to that point, and he will have been lightly used up to that point as well. In season-long leagues, if your trade deadline hasn't passed, I'd still view Pollard as a buy. He has RB2 value right now, and he's the handcuff to one of the largest projected workloads in the NFL. And in Keeper or Dynasty, he's an RB2 moving forward with a high-end RB1 value if anything were to happen to Zeke that would keep him out for more than a game. And personally, again, I'd bet money on him being with the Cowboys beyond 2022. His only competition behind Zeke is Rico Dowdle and Corey Clement, so there's nothing to worry about there. He plays with the top 5 quarterback when Dak is on, and a top 6 offense when everybody in that offense is healthy. Last year, we were beginning to hear rumblings that maybe Pollard is a better running back than Zeke. Maybe Zeke has fallen off, and yes, everybody thought that had to do with the fact that they were playing with a deficient offense last season, but it's clear the way this season is played out that Pollard is indeed the better back than Zeke. He's shown it in literally every metric that, again, matters to me. So if you're still in the position to get out from under Zeke and maybe swerve to a Pollard, I think that's the smart, forward-thinking move. But what do you guys think about this Cowboys backfield situation? Do you guys think, like me, that Pollard is probably at this point better than Zeke? Put your thoughts in the comment section below. My name is John with Facemask Fantasy, bringing you new fantasy content every day right here on this channel. So if you have not subscribed already, please hit that button. Thank you for listening and have a great day.